On the night of February 1st, 1959, 9 young hikers huddled inside a tent on the eastern slope of a mountain called Kholat Syakhl. The next morning, they were dead, or at least that's what it might seem like. What actually went down is way weirder. These 9 hikers were members of a ski club at the Ural Polytechnic Institute in Soviet Russia. They were an experienced bunch who had planned this winter trek across the Ural Mountains. One member, Yuri Yudin, came down with a fever and a severe sore throat soon after they set out. So he turned back, leaving 9 hikers led by engineering student Igor Dyatlov to continue on to Kholat Syakhl, which in the local Mansi language means dead mountain. That name would become all too real in less than 2 weeks. The group pitched their tent on the night of February 1st and should have checked in with the authorities the next day after finishing their trek. But on February 20th, when they failed to check in, a search party was organized. What the searchers found 2 days later was not what anyone expected. The tent had been torn from the inside and collapsed. It was half buried in snow, and when the rescuers finally pried it open, they found nothing but empty sleeping bags. All of the hikers' belongings, food, backpacks, even their boots were left behind. Some of the hikers appeared to have been wearing only their underwear, and when the first 5 bodies were discovered over the next few days, it became clear that something very strange had happened. They were all in various stages of undress, and many seemed to have been trying to return to the tent. Their behavior suggested extreme hypothermia, but their injuries didn't match up with the freezing temperatures. One hiker had bitten off part of his own finger, another had burns, and a third had a strange zigzag-shaped wound on his forehead. Months later, when the snow melted, the remaining 4 bodies were found. Their injuries were even more disturbing. Severe chest fractures, a fractured skull, and in at least one case, missing eyes and tongue. All of this was inconsistent with any known animal attack, and there was no sign of any other hikers or assailants. The Soviets initially blamed a compelling natural force, but over the years, many theories filled the void. Secret military tests, irrational panic, sudden weather disaster, even paranormal involvement have all been proposed. In 2019, the Russian government reopened the investigation. Prosecutor Andrei Kuryakov put forward one of the more plausible recent theories, a slab avalanche. A slab avalanche is a sudden release of snow above a campsite. It can happen when snow builds up on a flat surface and becomes unstable, often triggered by wind. This would explain why the tent was cut from the inside. The hikers likely panicked, thinking the tent was being crushed, so they cut it open and fled in the dark. Without proper gear, they sought shelter elsewhere, but many succumbed to the cold or injuries.